next level.
Hey, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, Editor-in-Chief of Phenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. Happy Mental Monday, y'all. We made it to another Monday. We starting the week out, and we are going to help y'all start the week out kind of strong. All right, so I've got one of my amazing contributing writers in the house with me, and today we're going to talk about overcoming some of these self-limiting beliefs that be coming up and getting all up in our head, all right, on this Mental Monday. So let me go ahead and bring him on in. What's going on, Jeffrey?
What up, Joe? What's good with you? Good, America. How y'all feeling?
Man, look, y'all get ready for this guy, because I'm telling you, this is my brother from another mother. And Jeff, just tell him a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and just a little bit of your background before we jump on into this.
All right. Full-time published author, musician, 2 albums out, journalist, have a monthly article I write for LinkedIn, CEO and host of 3 great shows, Middle Ground with JL Lee, interview show, Sports Line with JL Lee and Marte, sports show, we're going to talk a lot of trash to the Lions, and my social show, Ground Floor. With a panel, we have a lot of amazing real-life discussions.
Nice. Well, look, it is always such a pleasure to, have you take the stage with me today. Look, I forgot to say we are taking center stage on the Own It magazine and publishing platform. So big ups to Marisa Bodorn with Own It, because guess what? Without Marisa, I'm going to tell you right now, we wouldn't be here doing this today. So hello to everybody there out there with our Own It magazine and publishing family as well. So, all right, Jeff, let's dig on in. These self-limiting beliefs, man, they be coming up and just wreaking havoc all up in our brains sometimes.
Yeah.
They hinder us from, sometimes they hinder us from hitting our health goals, right? Because you got other people trying to tell you certain things, or, if you're trying to write a book, you may not get that book out because somebody has, put that self-limiting belief in your head. So let's talk about some of those self-limiting beliefs. I know, man, going through, the release and all the weight that I did, I mean, it was kind of crazy because I would get people, are you sick? What's going on? And that's a self-limiting belief. When someone is telling you, you look a certain way, you may stop. You're like, oh, wait, now you're looking at yourself kind of funny, like, do I look sick? Should I stop dieting like this? Maybe I should eat more.
Big in the name of Jesus with that talk. That's what we do to people like that. Don't put that on me.
but holidays come up and they trying to give you more stuff, and then they make you feel bad, right? Especially when you got most of the time it's either mom, grandma, that auntie, that cooks that certain thing, and you just want just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Or even people telling you the things that you can and cannot do when it comes to working out, right?
Yeah. You can't listen to that crap.
You cannot. I mean, I have a lot of female clients that will tell me that they don't want to lift weights. And they don't want to lift weights because they feel like they're going to get bulky. Well, guess what? When you lift weights, you don't get bulky. When you hear weightlifters talking about their gains, right? They're gaining that muscle and they're going this way. So, it's great to, Jeff, you just shared with me, a really, really cool, a cool accomplishment, dropping some weight. And that's really awesome. But guess what? You got to look at it too, that when you really start weightlifting, you're gonna drop it and then it's gonna come back on, but it's gonna come back on different.
Oh, I'm losing. I
Right?
already tell you, I'm gonna go viral. I'm gonna be the Black Thor baby. I'm gonna get a blonde wig. I'm gonna get the baby oil, lather up, get me a tape, a hammer, and I'm gonna walk these streets like the pretty people. Like, oh, I'm stopping traffic. Do my Fabio with the hair. This is what it feels like. I'm being nut.
he gonna change the sign. It's gonna be pretty people walk like this.
Yep,
This.
yep. Nose up to the sky. Like, don't look at me. I'm beautiful right now. Yeah. I lost all the weight, so don't talk to me. Oh yeah. I'm gonna be so like, oh, Jeff lost all the weight, man. Just watch the video. He just lost his damn man. He's Black Thor now from Asgard. That's his name now. Like, yep. Jeff Thor guy.
And continue to just go and don't let people get in your head when, because half the time when people start talking about, these things and they're oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? They're questioning it. It's making them feel uncomfortable because it might be something that they really want to do themselves.
Oh yeah, you finding your purpose and start walking in it. You are offending people because you are a walking mirror. Why ain't you on your grind? And that's not your purpose, but that's what you doing your thing is saying to others. So they might say, are you still doing a little podcast? Like, the old Scorpio Jeff will sting you with some harsh word, but I found the Lord.
Okay. Amen.
No, I'm doing all right, 40 countries for the interview show, 7 for the sports and the social, all age demographic. Don't look at something. I ain't special yet.
What you doing it? What you doing it?
Oh, well, you ain't doing nothing. Okay. You just want to
And see, and that's a self-limiting belief for them because it's like, just because you have a friend or a family member or someone that is doing well or doing something that maybe you aspire to do, why not go and talk to them about what they're doing and find out instead of getting all stuck in your own head and now you're putting them down for what they're doing and you're trying to tell them, hey, nah, you don't need to do that and when find your purpose too, because like you said, Jeff, when you walking in your purpose, that's all you
focus on that. You ain't, man. I ain't. Oh, you graduated. That's awesome. Congrats. Okay, I ain't worried about you. I'm worried about what I'm here to do, and giving someone who depression is and not paying attention, slutting with all the junk food and the crown. My sugar got to 879 in the hospital. I shouldn't be here. But God dang, my purpose ain't done. So, all right now, I keep giving too many chances. So, I say no to the junk food. And I was telling her off air, I bought my regular, same old healthy foods. Them chips was calling me. And I listened, like, Jeff, huh? Come here. What's up? Man, we don't kick it no more. Like, barbecue chips, man. Can't rock you no more, dog. Can't do it. But your homie sour cream is on the second row. Like, yeah, we were boys. I get the pop, get a piece, we do it, but I can't slut no more. I gotta be right. I gotta live. I gotta do my purpose. So I gotta say no.
Right.
Picked up the bag, smelt it. Like, yeah, those were good times. But no, I ain't going back to a hospital. Damn that.
No. And what did you say your sugar was at?
879. Shouldn't be there.
And then okay, but 879, and then but when we talked about it this off air, you told me how low it was, and that's amazing.
Oh yeah, 90 to 130 now.
Okay, it's in range. And when people hear, oh, my A1C, like I heard my A1C is 9.7, I could have, you know what? Damn it, I'm diabetic now. I've got to. No.
Do the work.
It was okay. Let me go ahead and figure out, because I didn't want to go on medication. That was my thing. Medications work for some, just for me personally, I didn't want to go there. So I researched and just, found other natural things that would help to regulate that. I started walking. If you walking is one of the best things you can do when
That's correct.
regulating your blood sugar. If you right after you eat, just go walk. Just go walk.
You're
And
right.
that's you know so I would just, it's a message to people out there, that are struggling, because this is between heart disease and diabetes. Those are the two main things that
Mhm.
are just wreaking havoc
That's
in
true.
our society today. And I have to tell people, look, it's not a death sentence if you go
No.
into the doctor and they tell you that you have, my older family members and stuff's called the sugars,
Yeah.
right? You got the sugars, you got
Yeah.
diabetes,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you're pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
It is not the
Oh
end of
no.
the world.
Nope. Nope.
And you
God
need
got
to
the last
reach
laugh.
out to people like myself, people that have gone through it and
Hmm.
can help. Talk to your doctor as well. But if you're someone like me that really doesn't want to go there with medications and things like that, just understand that yes, there are ways, to handle
Hmm.
that. And what are, like, seriously, Jeff, because we've overcome a lot of these self-limiting beliefs, people all up in our ears. What are some of the things that you've done to really be able to just help to clear out the chatter?
I always have a talk with myself. So when I started this path for my podcast, that I, unbeknownst to me, was my purpose. I would have some people like, "Oh, you ain't making no money. You ain't doing this." Like, well, no, God told me to do this. He's the original Miss Miyagi, wax on, wax off. He know I need some cheddar at some point, so I'm just do the work. He gonna take care of that.
Right.
I ain't gonna listen to that. I'm just keep doing the work. And he will put the right people around to,
Right.
like, they saw what it's gonna be like. Man, just keep having a love for what you're doing. Just keep doing the work. I'm like, man, what's the number? Because you talk like you've been to the future. Oh yeah, you're gonna be awesome. Just keep doing it. Like, man, tell me the number, bro. Let me get some bread now. Because some days I don't feel like doing it, but keep going. Because the more you're doing something, you start realizing, as people pointing out to me, other people are watching.
Right.
And I start finding out, like, you thought about doing something in radio broadcasting. You started. Wow, people is watching what I'm doing. I'm thinking I ain't doing nothing. My little podcast. Some people saying, but somebody watching.
Exactly. Look, and you just say your little podcast. Look, that's
um,
another. That's another. Look, watch your words, man. Watch your words, okay?
no,
Because
that's
it's
a
a
little
good
backhanded
podcast,
comment people
okay?
like to
Look,
do.
it's amazing,
Oh
and the
no, we
energy on there
worldwide.
is amazing.
We worldwide with this thing. I'm humbled by the 40 countries that watch it. Like, wow. Saudi
Right.
Arabia, they rocking with the middle ground. What?
And see,
Okay.
maybe you could have let other people, or even as you're, building, people let that self-limiting belief of, oh my gosh, like I'm going, I'm moving. They want it to happen like right now. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
have 10,000 followers now. I went live, for 10 minutes today. And no, it's
And,
not going to happen.
man,
You have to do it over and over and over and over again.
I saw Ice Cube say something on a video a year or two ago on Instagram where he said, if you have any idea to build anything, if you're not willing to sacrifice for 5 years, don't even start. Because it's
Right.
going to take time to build it.
Right.
So if you ain't got 5 years to put that work in, don't start. Because it ain't going to be like that. It'll be awesome, but did you learn all the steps along the way so when you do get it, you don't squander it? So
Right.
you learn it through failing and all the mistakes, getting it out the mud. So when you do get them deals and that bread pile up, you know where to put it and keep it coming.
Right.
Like now I'm working on a comedy movie I'm writing. I research, okay, what the script look like, how you go about it. All right, let's get to it.
Right.
You
got to prepare yourself. You got to set that foundation for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even when you're, trying to release weight, right? You got to set the foundation. Sometimes you have to release some friends because
Yeah.
those friends are going to be those friends that are going to stay in your ear. Man, come on, eat this. Come on, let's go over here to this place. So let's go have a drink. Let's do this,
Yeah.
And if you really are in that part of your journey where you just feel like you can't do that, then you have to just release those friends, and it doesn't have to be forever. It might
Nah.
just be just until you get into the habit that you need
Mm-hmm.
to, where it's easier for you to say no.
And when you get on your purpose, sometimes you might be by yourself for that journey because
Right.
God's showing you the direction of
Absolutely.
what it's going to lead to. Others
Right.
might not see it. Don't mean that if you want, you can't get there and come back, throw a lifeline. I know you had that idea. Let's start that, but you had that one. You just be the one to start it off and come back and build that network.
Right.
And it's
Right.
okay because what you're doing is awesome. Sometimes it's something that ain't been done yet.
That's right.
And it's
Just
going to
keep
be
it up.
different.
Just keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key. Just keep consistent. That's the key in every single thing we do. Consistency.
Mm-hmm.
When you're trying to lose weight, you got to stay consistent with movement. You got to stay consistent with pushing the plate away sometimes. You got to stay consistent
Got to
with
have that willpower.
drinking that water. You have to just put yourself on. The most successful people, they put themselves on a program and they do the same thing over and over and
Mm-hmm.
over and over. And some of the big people out in fitness, I mean, they eat the same meal,
I'm doing that.
same exact thing, every single thing, and it will get very, very boring. But they do
Mm-hmm.
it. They do
Lemon
it
water,
because they
ice.
know how it makes them feel, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's better because when you're better health, the work that you're going to be need to do,
Yeah,
you had the energy to do it.
you show up better.
Mm-hmm.
You're ready to show up. So it's amazing, and it, like you said, like it's keeping the people away and talking to yourself, right?
Oh, yeah.
Really talking to yourself. It's like, is this really what I want to do? And just knowing what makes you feel passionate. If
Mm-hmm.
it gives you butterflies in your stomach and if it raises your blood pressure in a good way, okay, just for a
Yeah.
minute, because you're
Yeah.
happy about it and it gives you joy, you gotta stick to it. You gotta do it. And when you are working around, and you're building, that healthy lifestyle or that business or whatever it is, you also want to just make sure that oh, sorry, you just make sure that you have positive, like-minded people
Got
around you as well. That is so, so important to have a community of like-minded people that are going to push you in the right direction. I love having all my contributing writers because look, I can reach out to Jeff when I'm dealing with certain things and be like, hey Jeff, you know what, look, we gotta we gotta talk, and he gonna talk me off the ledge. So
Mm-hmm.
really surround yourself with those types of people that are going to just help to move you in the right direction. And if you don't have those people, again, tap in. You can tap into this network. You can tap into the Own It Publishing magazine and
Mm-hmm.
publishing platform as well. They're all about, owning everything in your life, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Because that's what it's all about, is accepting, everything. And, you accept what you accept, right? And the stuff that you don't accept, get rid of it.
Yeah. But you got to be comfortable with you first to do anything great.
That's right.
But if you ain't comfortable in your own skin, you can't do nothing great.
No, no, exactly.
You
So,
gonna be.
Jeff, look, it's the start of a new week. It's
Mm-hmm.
a Monday. What's some just words of wisdom, words of encouragement that you can give our audience to just, continue to push through, continue to show up for themselves and continue to shine?
I would say to anybody out there, have the heart
Mm,
to take chances, seek God counsel, do the
mhm.
research, find a mentor in whatever you're trying to do, and monitor your network on social media, whatever. If you get more negative energy around you than positive, start unfriending some of the people. Because to make them possible, you need like-minded people. Like, oh, you about to build a spaceship? That's dope. Where you gonna get your parts from? Go check out this on Google.
Right.
If they ain't doing that, like you want to build your little spaceship. What's wrong with you? You think you astronaut? Them people cut loose.
That's right.
Because you don't need the energy. The
That's
one
right.
that inspire you, like, man, do it. I'm working on this over here. Well, I can help you too. And now y'all build a network with y'all Avengers. Y'all all eating at the table, eating good. Family's good.
That's
It ain't
right.
fun. Eat by yourself.
Nah, sure not.
Hmm.
Sure not. Excellent, excellent. Well, Jeff, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for being a part of the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics family and
Appreciate it.
just bringing your energy. It's always great once again to just take the center stage with you. Everybody, we want to wish you guys a wonderful Mental Monday. Have an amazing week, and again, surround yourself with those positive, like-minded people that are going to sow into you and really, really help you to shine and help you to
Mhm.
overcome those self-limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself that aren't true. Surround yourself with
Mhm.
those people that are going to tell you, look, man, look, sis, look, stop. You got this, because you do. Anything and everything that you want to do in life, you got it. And if you're passionate about it, you better go out and get it. All right. So this is Coach Tiffany Parra, and we got Jeffrey Edwards here. We
Gonna
are
be
gonna
great.
Yeah, we are out of here. Thank you so much and have an amazing week, everybody. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Have a good one.